Well, Farron, I reckon it's showtime. The days we spent at Red Rooster Stead were full of learning and relaxing. It was a gift to be allowed to spend time with the talented folks who lived there. Farron enjoyed his time frolicking in the field with the other chocobos, while I was able to gain some new knowledge and tips for Ma back home. I decided to take one last day to see if anyone else at the stead needed any more assistance. After breakfast, we stopped to speak with Eorzean, who was excitedly chattering to her fellow farmers. Howdy, Miss Eorzean. Anything I can help you with before Farron and I hit the road? Care to partake in the inexorable march of science? Well, I've never thought of myself as much of a scientist, but I'd be glad to help any way I can. The concoction I'm currently formulating could change horticulture as we know it. Imagine a fluid one could strew over crops to ward off pests. All I need are some ladybugs and someone to squash them. Ladybugs simply cannot resist aphids. Find some Alphic lavender, dab it with a bit of aphid nectar, and they'll come swarming to the slaughter. Return to me once you've collected 3 phials of ladybug viscera. You got it, ma'am. I'll have your life-changing ladybug parts in no time. I was more than happy to visit the lavender fields one last time. The scent of the flowers was soft, almost powdery, but with a subtle herbaceous hint to it. It made me think of the herbal tea Ma would often drink at night to help her sleep. When I spent time watering the fields, I learned that this specific lavender species is rare to find outside of the arid lowland regions of Thanalan and gets its name from Alphic, the god of time. Due to its scarcity and its connection to the god, it is highly valued and often used in funeral rites. Within a moment of the nectar dripping over the flower, a sudden gust swarmed around me. I turned, only to be met with a very frenzied ladybug. Out of curiosity, Miss Eorzean, why'd you need me to collect the ladybug viscera? It's elementary, really. Aphids live in fear of ladybugs, and so applying the scent of ladybug blood to our crops is certain to ward off the parasites. We are manipulating the laws of nature. Of course, we could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always and not squash them for their viscera, but I hardly see the science in that. While I wasn't too sure about her scientific methods, what Miss Eorzean said made perfect sense to me. My great-grandpa were always extra careful to plant certain flowers to ward off wild critters around our crops back home. I reckon this was just a different version of that. When we reached the Grey Fleet, I paused to admire the grand structures before us. There was something in the way the sunlight reflected off the white stones in that moment that took my breath away. It was amazing to think of the history in each stone and the memories that were etched into the woodwork, scars of battles lost and hard-sought victories. How many lives lost had these ships seen? How many grueling voyages filled with uncertainty? As a fisherman, Great-Grandpa had seen all sorts of ships on his journeys and would talk for hours to anyone who would listen about them. I wished he could be here with me now to look upon the mills and take in their magnificence. Once you've finished here, I need you to get to scouring post-haste. It is dire that we do not dilly another moment. The Grey Fleet must be kept impeccably. Once that is done, you'll need to return to your regular duties. We must have these wares delivered to Limsa by the morrow. Oh, and after that, send a message to Antioch at the Stead. Hello there, lad. I saw you admiring the mill. Breathtaking, is it not? Proud sails turning, rugged gears churning. The mill never stops. And so neither can the millers assigned to its upkeep. Vigilance is the key. By addressing tomorrow's issues today, we assure the wheels of prosperity continue to grind. Unfortunately, I have my hands full with the work of the day. Cannot leave my station to tend to inspection. Is there anything I can do to help? I would entrust this duty to you. Seek out the other 3 millers, heed their concerns, and apprise Eorzean of your findings. Leave it to me, ma'am. It sure was inspiring how the millers prided themselves in the upkeep of the mill. I was honored to have the privilege to assist them in their duties. Well, you see the mill spinning, don't you? What more do you need to know? Only problem I have is you meddling in my chores. Away with you, then. Pshaw, the mill is fine. We'd be wiser to concern ourselves with the grubby scavengers that rob us of our yield. Oh dear, I'll make sure to let Eorzean know about this. I haven't noticed anything off myself, but let's have a look now, shall we? Look there. The sail's been nicked a bit. Nothing urgent, mind you. The cloth we use is the same as they use for sails out on the sea, made to stand up to blustering wind. I trust you enjoyed your tour of the mill. You are impressed, yes? Yes, sir. It's a beautiful mill you have here. I made some notes of the concerns from the other millers. Yes. The matter of the shoo-shoo sails is most worrisome indeed. The matter shall be remedied at once. To delay acting until trouble occurs is to ask for trouble. The Grey Fleet stops for nothing. Full sail ahead. Yes, sir. Full sail ahead. On that note, can I help you with anything else before I take my leave? Now, felting wool is all well and good for your run-of-the-mill miller, but you know what gets my grindstone spinning? Grain. Wheat? Is it really worth much? What worth has wheat? None. But once shredded into fabulous flour, even the confounded Galagas can't keep their hands off of it, which is precisely why I need you to slay them and recover the 4 sacks they pilfered. Once you have done so, take the sacks of flour down to the stead, and Skarnmar will take care of the rest. Aye, sir. You can count on me. All the eggs and milk in the world don't matter a lick without flour. Pardon me, Mr. Skarnmar. Mr. Eorzean asked me to collect the stolen flour for you. Not that flour's any good on its own, mind you. The Galagas just hoard whatever they can get their filthy paws on. But now we've got the whole kit and caboodle thanks to you. It's a relief you were around. But at the end of the day, we're still utterly unprepared should this sort of thing happen again. I keep watch over the gates here at the stead, but my watch extends only so far. That stagecoach that was supposed to pull in today never made it past Blind Iron Mines. Word arrived not long ago that it was waylaid by someone. Or something. The coachman is a plucky fellow. If I know Mahoy, he'll be poking around the mines, plotting to salvage his consignment. But ultimately, he is just one man. It would put my mind at ease if you could go to his aid.
That sounds awful serious. Never fear, Mr. Scarbar. I'll see if I can't find him for you. Looks like I won't be leaving the stead just yet. Blind Iron Mines are located in Cedarwood and offer a direct path to the Lithagran checkpoint. While the mines are mostly used for travel these days, it's been said that in its heyday, the Blind Iron Mines had air so full of dust it could rob a man of his eyesight. As I came upon the entrance to the mines, I found Mr. Mahoy perched upon a large boulder. As he puffed animatedly on his long pipe, I couldn't help to think he looked like a younger version of Great-Grandpa. You must be the help that Scarbar sent. I thought you'd never get here. The kobolds stuck me up and skedaddled with the garments. But don't you worry, none. I'm fixing to get 'em back, so's we can get 'em back. All you gotta do is mosey on up close to that stagecoach they hit and peek in. And you bet your bottom gill those kobolds will come a-calling. And once them critters come out, thwack! You pop 'em in the jaw and snag the loot. It's foolproof. Come on, Systori. You can do this. Don't you worry, Mr. Mahoy. I'll give those kobolds what for. You done good, partner. Rounded up enough to bring back to the stead, I reckon. I'll tend to the rest of this here mess. You go on ahead and make sure old Scarbar gets the goods.
Good to see you return to us unharmed. And with 3 full bags, no less. I am grateful, but I fear this is hardly the last we'll hear of the kobolds. They have been growing more restless in recent moons, and this trend is like to continue. Antioch must be apprised of this incident. War is at our doorstep.
So, you see, sir, that's why the shipment didn't arrive on time.
So the kobolds are at it again. Not content with their own territory, the creatures have been pouring forth from their subterranean dwellings to wreak havoc on Lomidson land. But we won't stand for it. Our livelihoods are at stake. Alas, with neither side willing to give any ground, I fear there may be no peaceful resolution.
I bid Antioch farewell, but my mind was whirling faster than a loose wagon wheel trying to keep up with all the others. I decided it was as good a time as any to have lunch. While we ate, my mind drifted back to the angry kobolds in the mines. Great-Grandpa had encountered plenty of kobolds on his journeys. Nasty, prickly scavengers, he called them. Before the calamity, the people of Limsa Lomidsa and the kobolds lived relatively peacefully, having divided the land between themselves in a way that the beastmen and the pirate folk could access all they needed. After the calamity struck, though, the landscape was changed drastically, not only geographically but politically as well. Due to the sudden surge of pirates into the area after their ships were wrecked at sea, the predetermined land boundaries were becoming crowded. kobolds began to feel threatened by the farms cropping up on the Lenosian landscape. This sudden colonization and a food crisis tore a fresh rift between the pirates and the beastmen. And now the kobolds are like to raid the farms and attack farmers who they feel have violated the terms of the treaties. 'Twas sad that the pirates and the kobolds couldn't come to a new agreement. From the sound of Antioch's words, it seemed the only thing left to do was fight back. I reckoned it was only right that Farron and I should see things through.
You've seen with your own eyes how the kobolds have taken up arms against us. The mines of Ogomoro aren't enough for the native nuisances of northern Vilbrand anymore. They've come to claim what is ours. Long ago, our war-weary forebears struck a short-sighted peace with the kobolds. What lay beneath the sea was to be Limsa's, what lay underground was Ogomoro's. Yet what resolved one conflict created another, as the sea cannot fully feed, clothe, and shelter the children of the land. Realizing this, the kobolds tacitly condoned the Lominsan settlement of Lenosha. We shared an unspoken agreement, but now the kobolds aggressively assert their dominion, threatening our very survival. Adherence to a pact is meaningless if it means our demise. It comes time for us to take a stand. Seek the wisdom of berrrlynn to learn how.
Howdy, Miss berrrlynn. Mr. Antioch is prepared to take a stand against the kobolds. So, Antioch has at last abandoned the naive hope that the kobold menace would abate of its own accord. Their numbers have increased manifold as they expand southward. The food shortages spurred by overpopulation quicken the cycle of aggression. A common beggar would know better than to expect foodstuffs aboard a stagecoach bound for the stead, but the filthy scamps grow desperate. We need only set the bait, and their hunger will be their undoing. Tell Antioch to make the arrangements.
Ingenious. We'll trap the hungry kobolds as one would any rodent.
Oh!
And I know the bait to set. Tell Skarmar to set aside some dodo meat from our next shipment. Set a bit of that and find iron mines, and the little gluttons won't be able to resist. I hand dead dodo to you, and you kill kobolds for me. A bargain if I ever heard one. Take this over to Kwabati, south of the mines. She'll know where it goes.
When I first started my journey, I never imagined I'd be fighting in a war over territory. This was the sort of thing that made Ma's stomach turn. I wondered what she'd think of my decision to help the stead. I sure hoped I was doing the right thing. Wabadi was a pretty Mikote gal with a tough-as-nails exterior and eyes that sparkled with excited determination. I pondered how long she'd been going toe-to-toe with the kobolds. Good to see the Red Rooster Stead hasn't turned chicken on us. Once you've found a good hiding spot, open the crate of meat nearby. The kobolds will follow their noses. By the time they see you, it'll be too late. Just leave it to me, miss.
Ha ha, you've done it. I expected no less. I don't know what we'd have done without you, which makes me wonder what we will do once you've gone.
It was nothing, truly. I was just happy to be of help.
I was hoping you might visit the drowning wench and speak with berrrlynn. It is no secret the Yellow Jackets pay him heed. Mayhap he would put in a word, so that the stead might procure their protection.
I'll make sure to put in a good word for you, Mr. Antioch.
So the stead's in over their heads with the kobolds, are they? 'Twas wishful thinking to believe the mine rats would stay put in Ogomoro. Any barkeep can tell ye, as rodents are wont to spread, this wave just comes sooner than reckoned. The pact was a farce. No handshake ever solved a blood feud. We just needed to lick our wounds a while is all. Well, I suppose they're all healed up. Even the maelstrom's taken note of how the rascals run rampant. He can be sure they're ordering crystals to summon Titan. And gods help us if they do. Limbs will look back on these petty thefts and skirmishes as the good old times when that day comes. I tell you, there won't be a company of heroes around to answer our prayers this time neither. Well, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound's a cure. I'll talk to the Yellow Jackets and see if they can't slow the kobolds' events on the stead.
berrrlynn gave me a room that night at the inn. He said it was the least he could do for an adventurer as fine as myself. I had to admit, the cozy inn room sure felt nice after all the running around I'd done. I found myself reflecting on what berrrlynn said about the kobolds and the Company of Heroes. The Company of Heroes was a group of powerful men and women that formed in the 6th Astral Era as a way to fight against the Primals. berrrlynn mentioned that they wouldn't be around to fight Titan this time. I remembered reading in one of Great-Grandpa's logs about the time the Company of Heroes fought Titan, in the year 1565. The situation and reason for the summoning was much the same as it was now. The pirates of Limsa had broken their pact with the kobolds and overstepped their boundaries. The Company of Heroes fought against Primals for 10 long years after that, but they suffered many great losses and disbanded shortly before the 7th Umbral Calamity. It was a shame there weren't a group that existed like that now. I don't think I'd fare well against a Primal. I was starting to feel all fluttery just thinking about it. As I lay in bed that night, I recommitted to my journey's purpose. I was traveling Eorzean to help anyone that needed me. If that meant I might have to meet a Primal face to face someday, well, then I looked forward to it.